Hi, peoples. I figure I just get started just because I'm literally like an hour and a half behind because work and everything sucks. But hi, guys. How you doing? So, welcome to the live stream. Welcome again. Sorry, I am literally an hour and a half late. It's been a very interesting evening. Had to work extra. Had to go to the storage because we've got a show in the morning, all the way in Beacon, New York. So if you're going to be in Beacon, that's where we'll be tomorrow and Sunday as well, if I'm not mistaken. I can't remember anymore. I just know that we do a lot of shows at this point. But yeah, so here we are. Well, here I am at least. Hopefully, my guests will be able to show up soon. Fingers crossed. If not, I'm just gonna talk until you guys get sick and tired of my voice. So yeah, there we go. Oh God, I think my Wi-Fi is starting to go bad too. That's gonna suck. But we're gonna run with it. So yeah, um, something happened. There was a really awesome episode. Well, excuse me, special of Mighty Morphin Power Rangers, and I have thoughts. I have so many thoughts. I have so many feelings behind it, and I don't even know how to start. Like I don't know where to begin with this. So here's let's start with the beginning. So a lot of you guys don't know, and a lot of you guys do know. I'm a Power Rangers fan. I've been a Power Rangers fan since literally the show started back in 1993. I have seen almost every episode. I've watched every movie, almost every special, and I have followed more or less the history of it, not just from the Power Rangers adaptations, but a lot of the Sentai series as well. Thank you, Tony. Don't tell him I said that, but yeah, there we go. And it has been a journey when it comes to this series. I have, like I said, watched almost every episode, so I'm kind of up there on the lore. Um, I have tried to get many friends involved in the show. It's been a ride. Some people like it, some people dropped off. Yeah, get the new generation involved, obviously, because the youth. But yeah, this is me. I am your Sentai Seshi Sailor Scorpio. That is me. I am and probably will die a Power Rangers fan. I'm the biggest Power Rangers fan as I am a Sailor Moon fan. And literally those two are intertwined in my life forever. If you see me, you know me. I am those two things. But yeah, so when we heard about the special, I was kind of excited. I watched all the updates and everything of what was going on and who was going to be involved and who wasn't going to be involved. And it was just such a ride. Like hearing the rumors, seeing the behind the scenes stuff, watching that first trailer. It was just so much. And honestly, when I saw that first trailer that came out, I was like, oh my God, this could actually be cool. Like, what are they going to do with it? So I was really excited about it. And as the excitement and the hype builds, you kind of feel like, okay, what are they going to do with this? How are they going to address a lot of the plot holes? Missing rangers, how the powers come back, and things like that. And as you're watching the show, or at least hope as you're getting ready to like getting this anticipation ready, you're like, I want to see where they go with this. I want to see how this plays out. And it's been a lot of fun. Like it's been a very interesting ride, uh, to say the least, honestly. But yeah, so there's that. Like I said, hopefully my guest shows up soon. If not, you're just gonna hear me talk for as long as I can until I get tired and fall asleep again. So yeah, that's what we're doing. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna kind of do a breakdown of what happened, like of the episode. If you haven't seen it, I might be doing some spoilers. Don't I might, depending on you know where I go with this. I might not. We'll see what happens. But there's that. Hold on, guys. Sorry. Gotta hold on. Hold on. Too many devices at once. There we go. Sorry about that, guys. So, yeah. I was very excited that David Yost was had his hand in the production and the storytelling behind this episode, because it's good to have one of the original Rangers come in and step up to the plate and be like, look, we know what the fans want. This is what we've uh wanted to do for a very long time, and we're excited. Oh, I'm excited. I was excited. And then when the episode came out, as I was watching it Wednesday, I don't know what time is anymore, guys. Sorry. I know days exist and things happen, but yeah, Wednesday. We were watching it Wednesday. And just watching that opening sequence and then seeing the logo, the Power Rangers once and always, it was a lot to kind of take in. And then you see the lineup, and and you see all the Rangers in their costumes. Unfortunately, knowing that only two of them are in the costume, two of the OGs are in the costume, at least in the beginning. And it kind of, I'll, I had a thought about that. I'll save that for the end. I don't want to be too miserable about it, but it's whatever at this point. But yeah, oh, hold on. Again, guys, too many damn devices. Like, I am all over the place today. I don't know what's happening. Hold on. Sorry, guys. Okay. Sorry. Okay. Hold on. Hold on. I'm doing like five things at once. I'm so sorry. Sorry about this, guys, or whoever's going to watch this after the fact. Okay, there we go. So, yes, again, sorry about that. Um, now I lost my train of thought. That's terrible of me. Oh, there we go. I remember now. So yeah, it was an experience watching this episode, watching this special. I kind of hope. Well, they're probably not going to do anything else for the actual 30th anniversary, but you never know. You never know. Something might pop up later on, but yeah. So I am rambling. I am sorry. So let's get, I guess, to my thoughts. So we're going to start off with basically a quick rundown of the plot, basically. So, so uh, it's basically what happens is uh, Billy tries to resurrect Zordon. This 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 is where it all comes down to. Billy tries to resurrect Zordon because he thinks that there are particles from the Z wave, which they do acknowledge are in the are somewhere out in space, and they can bring Zordon back in some way, shape, or form. Here's my thing. I'm gonna start with that. Power Rangers in Space basically said at the end of towards the end of Power Rangers in Space, Andros cuts Zordon's space tube, blasts him all over the galaxy, and basically purifies every villain up until that point. So you see um, the Machine Empire disintegrate. You see Divatox and her space pirates disintegrate, and then you see Zed and Rita kind of turn into their human forms, which I think, if I'm not mistaken, were Carla Perez and Robert Axelrod. Don't quote me on that, but I'm pretty sure it was them. At least I think it was them. I can't remember off the top of my head. Going back 30 years, guys, a lot of things to remember. So with that, Zona basically stated, when you break this tube, I will be gone. It doesn't make sense for them to try to bring him back. It just doesn't. Like, why would you even think that? Because when you think about it, what happened was, according to what they were trying to do. Billy's trying to bring back Zordon, and as he's bringing back Zordon, he's able to pull into the back from the ether some form of space particle. Because you got to think, if something like that is so large and it's going all across the galaxy and purifying all the villains, you got to kind of think that eventually, like that's energy is going to go somewhere. It's basically just going to fly out into space until it attaches itself to some form of uh particle, and it did. So Billy in the in his in Cranston in Cranston Tech, which is basically just the updated power chamber. It's not even the command center; it's the actual power. It looks like the power chamber from Power Rangers Zeo. They're in there, and the evil energy that comes in that they accidentally call in is Rita, and it attaches itself to Alpha 8, which again, you call something back, it's got to attach to somewhere. That's just basic. This is Film of the Alchemist rules, guys. You call something back, it's equivalent exchange. You got to do it. So there's that, and then it attaches itself to the Alpha 8, and bam, we get Robo Rita. So Robo Rita is out there, and they're trying to stop her because Billy did bad, and they call in all the Rangers, and they're all fighting, and Robo Rita shoots out her energy blast. It's about to hit Billy, and Trini, the Trini actor goes and stop basically jumps in front of the energy blast, which they haven't done, and I don't remember seeing this happen in any other series. She disintegrates. Like, she actually disintegrates. Like, you can see it. Like, the energy comes into her body, and it makes her really yellow, and then she just explodes like outward. I'm like, did they just actively kill a ranger like in the one of the most gruesome ways? And I'm not talking about how when they had to kill off Kendricks in um Power Rangers Lost Galaxy because of her health issues. This was like brutal. Like, she's not coming back from this. And I was reading something that cuz as you see her disintegrate, you see like pretty much all of her go. So you kind of got to figure, where the hell did the morpher go? Did it fall on the floor? I didn't see it. I'm assuming it fell over the cliff and they found it some way, shape, or form. But that happens. So Billy and Zach are, really obviously hurt by this. Billy more than Zach, because Trini took the blast for him, and they have to go back and tell her daughter, her teenage daughter, that her mother is not coming back. And Billy and Zach start having this really back and forth where, Zach doesn't want her daughter Min to know that they're Power Rangers. Billy feels like she's at the age and she deserves to know what happened to her mother. So they're doing the classic, oh, she should have a right to know. Oh, she's a kid. We shouldn't tell her this. Like, how do you tell her, like, her mom is dead? And classic trope, the girl walks in. Here's everything that they're saying. Of course she does. Of course she does. So there's that. And whoop, hold on, you guys. Give me a second. Sorry, guys. I forgot to send this out. Oops. No. And my Wi Fi just went out. There we go. Okay, there we go. Now I'm back. All right. So, yeah, we did the classic trope of she walks in, she hears everything they said, and she's obviously upset. So now they got to figure this out, like, who's going to take care of her, who's going to be there for her to kind of guide her through this. And then we jump to the classic 1 year later. And it's the next year, and Min is training at her house, and Zach stays there as her guardian. That's fair. I mean, Billy can't do it. Billy's running Cranston Tech, I guess, some such nonsense. But I thought that was, well, that and other reasons I'll get to at the end. So it's 1 year later. It's the anniversary of Trini's death, and the daughter's just kind of upset and things like that. Zach's staying with her, like I said, and apparently Zach was a congressman. Zach ran for office and won, and gave it all up to babysit his goddaughter. I don't know. They never really established that. They never established what the relationship, or if there was one. Like maybe Zach was her godfather, or maybe they were all like got like mutual godparents. And if something happens, somebody would step up and take over. It happens. Excuse me, guys. I'm so sorry. This is where I'm at right now. This is my life. So, uh, so they're getting ready to go to the memorial, and she's getting ready, and in the corner you see there's like pictures of Twee Trang in there. There's like three that I believe were the headshots that they used, or the glamour shots that they used for the promotion package from like way back in the 90s. You guys have probably seen those photos before. And then there was a photo in the corner, and I caught it, and it was of the whole cast, the original five, in the cleanup club shirts. And I thought that was awesome. Thought that was a good callback. So then they go, so going forward, they have the flowers for Trini. They're getting ready to go to the gravesite, and Zach is mentioning how Billy's always going to complain that they're late, and of course he does. And as they get there, they see uh, Billy, Zach, Kimberly, and Jason all fighting Robo Rita, and she has these two updated monsters from the original Power Ranger series. They have the Minotaur, Robo Minotaur, excuse me, and they have Robo Snizzard. Here's what I thought they were gonna do. I thought they were gonna get like recycle audio of Bryan Cranston. Fun fact: Bryan Cranston played Snizzard in the original series, and a few other monsters too, but that was one of them. Like it's a little no, it's like a little known Power Ranger fact that a lot of people don't know about, or probably do know about if you're a fan. So there's that, and he jump morphs, and Zach jump morphs into the fight and tells men like, stay your ass right there, like do not get involved at all. Like I will come find you if you do get involved. So the fight begins, and here comes Billy's hating ass talk about late again, huh? I'm like, oh god, here we go. So there was that, and as they're fighting, um, Tommy, Tommy, Kim, and Jason all get captured by Robo Rita using these snakes to kind of drain their energy. And as they're doing that, they uh get miniaturized. And I remember seeing this in a bunch of the uh I don't think it was even the promos. I think people were just posting it just to post it. They were like, "Oh, you guys see these? They're miniatures. Something's got to, be involved with them." I'm like, "Okay, that makes sense, I guess." But that was something else. So going forward, they're like, "Okay." So they go to the command center, or power chamber. Actually, I'm calling it the power chamber. I'll probably jump back and forth. I'm not gonna remember this. So they go into the power chamber, and ooh, now I'm just ahead like Zordon. And they go into the power chamber, and they realize that Rita is going on the full offensive and is dropping putties left and right. So they have to obviously deal with the putty problem, and by doing that, they initiate the Bandora Protocol. Bandora was the name of Rita in the Sentai series, Zoo Ranger. So I'm like, this is cool. And as they're initiating the Bandora Protocol, you see some of the names of places in the Power Ranger canon. So you see Terra Venture, you see the Astro Megazord, you see Turtle Cove, you see Reefside. What was the other one? Oh God, I missed it. There was another one. I'm blanking on the name of it. Basically, you see some of the other areas, and then for some reason, Osaka was last. I'm like, is there anybody in Osaka? I feel like that's comic book canon. I'm behind in the books. Forgive me, guys. I'll get to it. But as they initiate the Bandora Protocol, they realize that they're gonna need some help, so they beam in some help. And they beam in Kat, who was at her son JJ's karate class, who was apparently, according to her, had to sneak off so she could teleport. And then they beam in Rocky. And Rocky is like, I just sat down to eat. Why are we doing this? Please tell me this is like actual protocol and I'm not missing out on this. Fun fact, Rocky apparently becomes a firefighter. Fun fact, Austin St. John in real life was a firefighter for a hot minute. We're not gonna talk about the rest of that stuff, but I just thought that was funny that they're incorporating a lot of that. And obviously, in this canon, Kat and Tommy are married, so and I think that's also book canon too. I mean, show canon as well. So obviously, Kat's worried about her husband. Gotta go save her husband. Always gotta save your husband, though. I don't know if I would save Tony. He tends to work my nerve. I would save him. I think I would save him. It's okay. But yeah, so they teleport them in and they give them replicas of the Tyrannosaurus and the pterodactyl coin. Even though it has been stated several times too much energy of a particular ranger is too much and it's deadly. We have actually seen that. We have seen that several times. We saw it with Kimberly when they were doing the changing of the coin. Too much pink energy almost killed her. We saw that with um, Adam in Power Rangers in Space when he had the the Mastodon coin, the destroyed Mastodon coin. Should not have used that. But yeah, they apparently just say damn their own rules and go with the flow. So apparently, so they go down, they start saving people from the putties, and they are able to be tracked by that specific energy signal. So the Minotaur could apparently track the Rangers by their Ranger powers. So they have to demorph and run off shit so they don't get caught and end up like other Rangers who were caught. So I think I remember seeing give me a minute. I'm getting old, I'm trying to remember. So they had actually captured a few of the Rangers. They captured three of the wild no, not the Wild Force Rangers. Three of the Lost Galaxy Rangers. They captured Carlos and Ashley from Power Rangers in Space. They also got Connor and Trent from Power Rangers Dino Thunder, and I think they got all three of the Beast Morpher Rangers too, as well as Jason, Tommy, and Kimberly. So now they're just like, oh my god, this is happening. Meanwhile, Trini's daughter Min is has basically hijacked the yellow power coin. Hold on. Yes. Okay. I don't know what's going on with my Wi-Fi, guys. I'm gonna try to get this done as quickly as possible before my Wi-Fi decides it wants to go take a dive. Hopefully, I don't lose you guys. If not, I'll just have to start all over again, or it just might be choppy or whatever. Yeah. So Min is over here like, my mom was the original Yellow Ranger. I should be able to take on these powers. So she sees the news report about the putties attacking and goes to Angel Grove. She goes to the juice bar. Sorry, guys. So she goes to the juice bar. She tries to help and gets ambushed. Rule no- okay, I'll get to that. But does anybody else remember Zordon's number one rule? No, wait, was it number one? Hold on, give me a minute. It was one of the rules. Never escalate a fight if you can avoid it. She should have avoided this one because she lost badly. When I say badly, she lost badly. Because so she's fighting, she's getting good, but then she's like, okay, let's turn it up a notch, and she tries to morph, and it doesn't work because there's no yellow energy in the coin. Like there needs to be some kind of charge to it. So it's okay. So Zach and Rocky teleport down to the juice bar, and they go and help her. And Rocky's pretty much, he's holding his own, looking good for his age. And Zach busts out the hip hop keto, and I'm just like, 10-year-old me thought that was cool. 40-year-old me is like, damn, this is embarrassing. This is very embarrassing. But it's what we knew. And even she knew it because she's like, "Are you breakdance fighting?" I'm like, "Girl, don't question the hot keto, okay? We just take it in stride." So, after all the putties are defeated, Zach obviously takes the morphers. Like, this is not kids game. Like, this, you can get hurt badly, and you need to basically fall back. But she's giving him pushback. She's right. She's saying that I did, like, what's the difference from what you and my mom did when you guys were teenagers to me taking over the power that uh I guess she thinks she's entitled to, but maybe not so much entitled to, but uh it's gets I guess like a birthright, which kind of is, but I think that she would have to kind of hold on to those powers or really know how to use them. So they go back to the command center, and she's just like she's trying to make sense of it all. She's like, why is nobody doing anything? Like, what is happening? They're out there. We can find them. You guys need to stop them because this. And she gets up and Billy Fisher says, because it's your fault my mother's dead. I'm like, ooh, kind of is, but you don't call him out on it. It's like, and he has this look on his face like, I fight kids, but I liked your mom. And she's literally giving, and she's getting in his face like, yeah, and I said it. What you gonna do about it? And she just walks off. I'm just like, it's teenagers, man. Can't do nothing with them. So they figure they see what they have to do, which is they have to stop Robo Rita. They have to stop Robo Rita, and they actually have to kind of immobilize Snizzard and Minotaur. So what they do is they go to a they go to a junkyard. Since they are made of some form of metal, they realize that there is a magnet that they can attach them to and kind of keep them out of the way while they figure out how to fight Robo Rita. So while that's happening, Min decides that, well, you know what? I'm just gonna find Robo Rita myself, and there's nothing you can do about it. So she steals a capsule that Billy made that makes everybody invisible. Steals it, runs off. Thanks, Alpha. We're good at you. And and goes to try to stop Robo Rita. And she does this in the Radbug. The Radbug 2, which is now convertible for some reason. It's not actually a VT, it's not like a bug anymore, or maybe it's like a convertible bug. I can't really tell by that. But yeah, so ooh, sorry guys, my legs are starting to hurt. And so she steals the rat bug and tries to find Rita. And in the process, she saves a guy from being attacked by the putties. And then she flies in the rat bug. And again, my 10-year-old heart was soaring watching this because this is what I remember as a kid. I remember the rat bug. I remember them flying in it. I remember being freaked out by the rat bug flying. And it was just so much fun. And it's moments like that that are just like, I really like this show. I really like the special. It's giving me kind of what I need, but then you hear some of the lines and it's like, ugh, who wrote this? Like, no, seriously, who wrote this? But I digress. So now they touch down and hold on, I'm blanking. I literally just watched it again like an hour like earlier today. So I'm trying to get my wrap my head around. Oh, okay. So, oh, I meant to. I missed the part. So when they were actually fighting, the putties, there was a cameo that I don't that was not so much a cameo, but it was there. So Bulk and Skull apparently run a sandwich shop now. Bulk left wherever he was. He didn't want to be a ninja anymore. Skull, who was apparently filthy rich, decided that him and Bulk are going to go into business and run a sandwich shop. Go figure. Who knew? But yeah, there's that. So we're winding down, guys. Oh, shoot. Sorry. Hold on 1 second. Sorry about that, you guys. Had to turn something down really quick, and it had copywritten audio. I didn't want. I think Siri picked up my voice by mistake. I did, hold on. It did it again. Sorry. Um, but yeah. So now we're getting down to the wire, and it's kind of like the final showdown. We figure out what Rita's actual plan was. Rita's plan is to use the Rangers' energy to create a wormhole and kind of a time loop, a time wormhole to go back and kill the Rangers before they ever actually get in contact with Zordon. Here's another thing that I thought was really geared towards the adult fans, but still had enough for the younger fans to enjoy it. They said a lot of words that you couldn't say when the show first came out. So they're giving deadly, they're saying killed, they're showing actual disintegration, like not so much death, but disintegration. And you couldn't do a lot of that stuff back in the 90s because it was a kids show. Now it's like, let's go. Like, we know who this is for. We know this is for our fans, and we also know that we can't dumb this down because it's we wanted to appeal to the kids. I think they knew what they were doing with this. So Rita's trying to create a wormhole so she can go back in time and tell her past self what she needs to do to uh, destroy the Rangers, and they're not having that. So once again, Robo Rita, as they're fighting, gets ready to send that same blast that she did out to Billy to really like just hammer home, like, okay, I'm sick of your shit. I'm taking you down. And she sends the blast out. Min looks up, and it's almost beat for beat. She jumps in front of the way. She runs in front of the energy blast and gets hit, but you don't notice it until like it's kind of a blinking and missing kind of deal. She does get hit, yes, but something took a good chunk of the blast. So while we're all thinking she's dead, she starts having these flashes of basically, I guess, her mom's memories that are tied to the Megazord. Sorry. She her memories that are tied to the Megazord. So you're basically seeing flashbacks of old episodes with her in it. So you see the episode High Five, you see parts of the episode from uh Island of Illusion, you see them in the Megazord, and it's just like, oh my god, this is so cool. Like, this is so cool. I can't wait for, like, this is what I wanted to see. And as she gets up, you see that the energy blast actually hit the morpher, and that's how she's able to finally freaking transform after two failed attempts. Oh my god, I guess third time really is the charm. It was so annoying, but I loved it. And of course, you got the classic "It's Morphin Time," and they do the battle cry. And let me tell you guys, I understand people get older, but holy crap, I was not expecting what I saw, because you saw Rangers from different teams, like because uh Zach and Rocky were never on the show together at the same time. Zach left first, and then Rocky came later. Like, Walter Jones and Steve Cardenas have never actually been on a set. No, they haven't. I was gonna say Forever Red, but Steve Cardenas wasn't in that. Only Walter Jones was, and it was only his voice. I see. I stopped myself. So it was just so real, so like so surreal to see. Like, you see Cat using the pterodactyl, which she technically never did, so that was kind of cool. Then you got Zach, who's the mastodon, and Billy, and then you have his daughter Min doing the saber-toothed tiger, which was so cool to see. And then you got Rocky doing the Tyrannosaurus, and then we got the big boss fight. Got the big boss fight with these CG ass Megazords. That was just so blah. I didn't like it. Like, I wanted to like it. I wanted to like the Megazord battle, but it just looks so cheesy to me. And I didn't like it as much as I would want to. But again, they're not gonna have. They didn't have any. They're obviously not gonna have any Sentai footage, and you're not gonna pay to have a Megazord like this and a monster like this, kind of like fighting it out with each other. That would have been funny to watch, though. But they destroy. I think it was the Minotaur. I can't remember. I think it was they destroy the monsters, and sorry guys, again, multiple devices. This is pain. So they destroyed it, and uh, they almost destroyed Robo Rita because Billy does the most un-Power Rangers thing ever and stabs her in the back. That's not okay. That's not cool. Should, I mean, again, he's the good guy, but you don't go like just in the back. That's not cool. But optics aside, so as they're all jumping into the Megazord and finishing off the fight, you see the wormhole get bigger and bigger. It's like, oh my god, like you guys forgot about this. You did everything else, but you forgot you got to stop her from uh opening the portal so she could go back in time. And you actually see like the first scene from the space dumpster. You do the after 10,000 years I'm free. I'm just like, they're really catering to my to Artley to 10-year-old Artley. But again, most of the lines, I'll get to that at the summary. And then so they are able to stop the portal by grabbing the Rangers and removing them from the power source that was this machine that she built to create the wormhole. And they book it out of there. And Robo Rita ends up once again being consumed by the purple energy, and she's dead. And that's it. No, that's not it. There's still like another few minutes. So they go back to the power. They go back to the power center. I'm gonna call it that power center, because it's a mixture of the power chamber, power chamber, and the command center. I'm, oh god, I am so tired. So they go back, and Adam and Aisha, who were now in Space Patrol Alpha, show up and say like, "Oh, congrats guys on defeating Robo Rita. You know it's kind of calming down, and everybody's getting ready to and they were saying their goodbyes and things like that." And Aisha's like, "The yellow energy is in good hands." I'm like, "Oh, this is so sweet. Like I kind of like this." And they're actually bringing up Billy going back to Aquitar, because if you remember in Billy's last episodes, he got older due to what happened in the Alien Rangers um mini series, where he was the only one to actually get bigger, and because he did use a machine to get age himself up in the Zeo series, towards the end of it, the side effects of that was Billy started to rapidly age. And I thought that was just so weird. But Billy started to rapidly age, and the only way to stop the aging process was to use this special kind of water that was made on Aquitar, which is kind of like which more or less was like a Fountain of Youth thing. So they mentioned Sestria, who was from Aquitar, and like, "Oh, Sestria, I missed you," and this, that, and the third. I'm like, let me find out. Billy left a whole girl up there. It's whatever though. But yeah, and and then we start to say goodbye to our Rangers. Kat goes back to uh her son JJ and waits for Tommy to go back home after he's all well and whatnot. And then Rocky goes home, and there seems to be a running gag of Rocky never gets to eat. So he's gonna go home and just have a big old meal of I don't know what. And yeah, it's literally ends. It ends with them saying goodbye and saying, if you ever need us again, we're here for you. We're always on call and this and third, and it's so nice. And then it, it it's Billy, Min, and Zach in Ernie's juice bar, sitting in their old seat, like right in front of the bar. That's their seats. I was so happy seeing that again. It was happy hearing them mention Ernie's special drinks, because Ernie hasn't been mentioned since, I think, Power Rangers Turbo. Like, they don't bring him, at least the old Ernie, the original Ernie, because then there was another one who took over the youth center, which was again crap. It's whatever though. But then Min and Billy are having like this heartful conversation, saying like, "Do you think Zordon's still out there?" And I'm like, "No, he isn't." Like, stop trying to bring that up. It's like, because she was wondering where she saw these memories from that came to her, and I think they had to be embedded in the morpher. And with that logic, it's like, okay, if they're embedded in the morpher, that means maybe there's some remnants of Zordon's energy still left over. Again, I'm thinking, no, it isn't. It might be in the morpher, but Zordon is gone, and we need to accept that. But here's Billy, ever the optimist. Like, I think he's still around. I'm gonna hold out for hope. And he's saying, they said they miss Trini. She was a great friend. And then they start reminiscing about how, if it wasn't for Trini, overcoming her fear of heights, Billy wouldn't be here. And they start mentioning the high five episode, which is in reference to that. And then here comes Zach talking about, remember the time she got hit by the shell shock monster and she just kept running. And I'm like, oh, there we go, another episode. The trouble with shell shock. I remember this. And they just start, talking about the, reminiscing about Trini. And then they fade to black. And let me tell you guys, this is where I lost it. This is where I started to cry, because they played the song Down the Road, which was from the song of Guitardo from the second season. As Tommy's losing his powers, Kimberly and Zach write this song for him, saying that they're always going to be there for him, and no matter what happens, he'll always be one of them. And it hurt, and it just hit different, because when you heard this, like, I did not expect that. When I heard that song, I was literally like, "Oh my god, this is it!" Like, that hit me right here in my cold dead heart, and I was just like singing along to the song and hearing that last part, and then them seeing in loving memory of Twee Trang and Jason David Frank. I just started like tearing up so bad. I was like, this 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 show, like, it's been 30 years, and this is my childhood. I have literally grown with this show, and I have seen, you know different changes and different aspects of it, and knowing that two of the original cast members that I grew up with are no longer here, but it makes such a big impact. That's where I got me. I'm like, yeah, this was it. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Like I said, this review wasn't the greatest, but I just wanted to get it out. And if I had to rate it, I would definitely say it's not getting a 10 out of 10. Anybody who gives this show a 10 out of 10, y'all are lying, because this it had some flaws in it. But definitely, I would say, if I had to rate it, I would give it a 7.5 out of 10, just because I was still angry with a lot of the CG. A lot of the dialogue just really pissed me off. Just like some of the stuff that they were saying. I'm like, y'all have millennials and Gen Z in the same room, and y'all are writing this bullcrap. But I will give it a 7.5 out of 10. I really liked it. I enjoyed it. I am still watching it over and over again to this day. We need a physical release of this show, because of this particular special, because I want to see what they cut out. I want to see like deleted scenes. I want to see alternate scenes. I want to see if anybody else was even a thought in coming up in this episode. But yeah, that's it. I'm so happy that this came out. I'm so happy with how this turned out. I love this franchise, even though a lot of it is just like out there. It's fun. It's a fun show for babies. It's a fun show for an adult, and it's definitely something that you should pass on to your kids. I am so happy I watched it. I'm so glad they made it. Thank you, David Yost, and thank you for bringing this to fruition, because we know you had a big hand in it. Thank you to the actors who were in it. The concept. I just loved every part of this, and I'm so happy that it happened. And yeah, so all right, I think I'm pretty much done here. Again, I wanted this to be a little bit longer, but I'm not going to stress out over it. Oh, and before I forget, I don't know if she's watching, but it's my friend Sammy's birthday. Happy birthday, Sammy! I love you. I miss you. I can't wait to see you guys again. We'll go have drinks later. I think you're out of town, but hopefully you'll see this. Happy birthday! I miss you. So yeah, thank you guys for coming through. Sorry again, this was literally like an hour and a half behind. I know you guys are probably like sleep or whatnot, but you can watch the replay. Give me any feedback. Give me any thoughts that you about the episode if you saw it. I might do another follow up. Have some more people on, Ranger fans and stuff like that. If not, this is what you get. But yeah, loved it. 7.5 out of 10. Definitely would recommend if you're a Ranger fan, and or if you're looking to get your kids into it, just try it. It's fun. But other than that, I cannot wait for see what they do for the actual 30th anniversary. I think this might be it, but if it is, I'll just watch this again on in August, and I will be completely happy with it. But with that being said, I'm done for the night. I need a nap. And like I said, we have a show tomorrow. We will be in Beacon, New York. We'll be in Beacon, New York all weekend, Saturday and Sunday. Um, Check our IG page for more details. I'm gonna probably post it early morning or after I'm done live streaming tonight. But yeah, definitely come see us next weekend, and make sure you're following us on IG, NRG Comics NJ on Instagram. This is where you're gonna find a good chunk of our stuff, show dates, new inventory, uh, just pictures of where we're at, and all the other fun stuff. But until the next time, thank you guys for watching. Again, sorry it was an hour and a half late, but it was worth it. And with that being said, may the power protect you.